It's because Johnny's having technical difficulties.
Wah!
Welcome to another episode of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, for episode 472. We got Crawler here. What's up, baby?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you.
We got Johnny.
What's up? I feel like the video game gods heard that I don't care about video game music, and they're like, you shall not hear the Paper Mario music ever.
Yes, so he's currently having some technical difficulties trying to get game audio. So we were doing a little bit of troubleshooting, and then it turned into restarting things, and now, almost an hour later, we are finally...
Then it was microphone audio, and then it was we're hearing Johnny's computer audio, and then, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want to hear what's on my computer all the time in the background, you know?
Yes. Well, if you would like to pick up any of the gear that Johnny's currently using, you can head on over to n64josh.com/Elgato. And if you got any questions about any of the Elgato gear or anything like that, hit me up in Discord. Leave some comments on these videos, whatever.
I have some questions, Josh. I have some questions.
I bet you do. Sometimes you just got a power cycle, and sometimes
did you turn it on and off again?
I have that one. Hold on.
Here we go. Here it is. Wait for it.
Hello, IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah. Oh, not the laugh track. That's amazing. So anyway, though, n64josh.com/Elgato. Everything you guys purchase through that link does help support the show, so we greatly appreciate it. And I do just want to say what's up. We got a lot of people hanging out with us tonight. I see Jenna and Servant and Cryptic and Jake, Arad and Firestone, Crimpus. So welcome on in, Cheese Guy. Yeah, all kinds of folks hanging out with us tonight. If you're just lurking, we appreciate you so much. We got some fun conversations to have tonight. And but before we do, I see Mr. Dave there also. So welcome on in. Brawler, where can people connect with you?
Best spots are TikTok and Twitter. Nightcrawler724, Nightcrawlers without the E.
And Johnny, how about you?
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and the Communication Air podcast.
There you go. Beautiful. Guys, you can connect with me everywhere at N64Josh. I do want to mention one other thing. I have started offering coaching for content creation, and had a client today that we ended up going a little bit over an hour, but just had a great time like digging into the content that he was creating and just coming up with a strategy for him moving forward and how to grow. And so if that is something you're interested in, there is a link in the description of this podcast that says like podcast resources, and you can schedule a call there if that's something you are interested in. So with that,
Go follow Cheesy too everywhere. CheezyC64.
And wish him and tell him congratulations, because he officially announced that he's having a baby girl in December.
Oh, he better not miss our 500th episode where we're all going to get together in Philadelphia. Oh, he's going to listen back to this and be like, really? So
sorry, you can't be in the delivery room. You got to be in Philly, or she's got to fly here. You know, you never know.
Maybe we just all go to the delivery room. Maybe that's where episode 500
from you know? Coming in hot with the delivery for episode 500.
We'll just have to wait and see what Cheesy says about all this. We'll find out. So, Crawler, other than stitching and playing Demolition Man, have you touched any other games on your Switch this past week?
A little bit of Mario Kart. I did pick up Thousand Year Door as well this morning. I just started playing it. I literally walked in the door from being at work all day, and then I was part of the reason why we were late, and then Johnny compounded it. So I got to play a little bit while we were waiting on Johnny, but there will be some Mario to play. Fortnite was ending. I think the season ends tonight or tomorrow, so I was doing a little bit of late grinding on that. But other than that, that's not on Switch because I don't want it to run like mud. So I play PC for that one. But yeah, other than that, I mean, a little bit of Mario Kart, stitching away still. I think I'm at 105 of the 139 something puzzles. Get my daily in, get my weekly in when it resets, and I need to probably tweet at them here pretty soon. Be like, I'm about to run out of puzzles. You need to put the DLC up.
Right. I love that. That's great. Johnny, how about you? You've been diving into any new indies or anything on the Switch?
Yeah, so I started watching. Hold on, I want to get the name right. There's an account on TikTok that they just like highlight indie games. It's called Deadcade Gaming. I see them; they're live like all the time, and they were playing this game called Odalis. It's like an old school Castlevania type game. It's on the Nintendo Switch. I thought I'd pick it up. It's pretty cool. And then they were also playing this other game called Battle Axe, which is it's like Golden Axe. It's a top down beat 'em up with like fantasy characters. So I've been playing those games. I think Battle Axe is on sale. It's like regularly $30. I think it's on sale for $8 right now.
Well, that's super cool. Super cool.
But yeah, those games have been pretty good. I played.
Did I hear you say you beat Animal Well, or no?
I did not beat Animal Well. I think Cheesy did. I have. Yeah, I haven't played too much more of Animal Well. I feel like that I have to be in the mood to play that game. That's more of a thinker.
Mm-hmm.
Like I gotta try to solve.
I'm on a puzzle right now, and I keep coming back to it, but I maybe need to leave and come back to it later.
Yeah, I haven't been wanting to play some thinkers. I've been playing some Vampire Survivors again too. The Contra DLC is pretty good. That has a bunch of new characters. There's a couple new stages, new weapons. Like Vampire Survivors, well worth your money.
Timestamp
more than. Hold on, we're a Nintendo podcast.
Less than 8 minutes in Vampire Survivors promotion there.
Get Vampire Survivors over Hellblade 2, which is only a 5-hour experience that is a walking simulator, not worth your time.
Wow.
I haven't played Hellblade 2, but apparently it's not good. It's not great.
It says Battle Axe is $7.49 on the US
yes.
shop.
It's fun. It's just like a
is that the
top-down
Castlevania one you said?
No, the Castlevania one's called Odalis. It's Odallus.
So what was Battle Axe again?
That's like it's like Golden Axe.
Okay.
If you've played those games, the old arcade, like top-down beat 'em ups with fantasy characters.
Okay. $8. I can almost get that with points probably. So.
Yeah, and then I've been playing some Mario Kart as well. I actually need to get good because I was challenged by the Drip and Jeep podcast because I said that they're bad at Mario Kart. So now I have to prove that I'm better than them.
Do you need backup?
I might.
We got you.
And other than that, yeah, I've been playing I played some Paper Mario. Got it last night at midnight because digital is the best life. I played through the prologue, and I was excited to play more today, but now I don't have audio, so
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So you're seeing, if you're watching the gameplay or watching the stream right now, you're seeing my first hour into the game, and I'm excited. Honestly, I'm enjoying it so far, and I mean, it just feels like a continuation of RPGs.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. So you played RPG to completion like recently, right? Well, both of you did, right?
I did. Yep.
You both beat it. So you feel like it's pretty similar?
Yeah, it feels like a continuation. Chat is of course asking if did Servant wants to know if Josh read the text boxes or just skipped through. No, I was reading everything. You'll be able to tell I was reading everything, and I mean I know that that's par for the course with this series.
The
And
writing's supposed to be pretty good in this one, right?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like there are definitely things that if you don't read the dialogue, you'll miss some good jokes. There, the way you get power ups is it's like a character that thinks they're cursing you,
right.
but they're actually giving you a power up, which I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of giggling at that also, like, wait a minute, what? Like, he's super tricky, you know. I like what Krimpus says about the game. It looks pretty flat. So, you know. And
It looks
Cryptic
really
saying,
good. It looks really good.
Already seeing that Josh doesn't charge his hammer. I literally was like, okay, wait a minute. How do I like? It was a completely new mechanic for me, so I was like, I was my hand was on the left stick, but I didn't hold left. So I was like, well, that didn't work out so great. But I did figure it out in the long run. So, but yeah, I've been playing. So I mean, just an hour into this, plan on hopefully diving in a little bit more this weekend. But again, it just. To be honest, I wish I had beat Super Mario RPG and then jumped into the 64 Paper Mario. It is on NSO, I believe.
It is. I played that back in the day. I don't know if I ever finished that one, but it is on NSO. So
that's a lot of RPGs, though. That's a lot of reading. I don't think you would be down for that back to back to back.
Well, you know that's true. I don't know. Do you guys have any experience with Mario and Luigi series? Because Joey is asking, how similar are Mario and Luigi series and Paper Mario to this?
I mean, I don't. Well, it's not paper, so there you go. But I do think they have like the action buttons, so it's not just like you press an attack button and then you're done. It has the the timing, but yeah, I don't know much about Luigi and the Mario and Luigi series. I was actually surprised they brought this Paper Mario instead of a Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to the stuff happening in the background here because I was reading the stuff when I was playing this part, and there's characters that come in and beat up the dudes in the back of the background.
Yeah, like what are the characters from Delfino Square or whatever, or Delfino Plaza? Like that, they came in and started roughing them up. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Because I quit pressing A to read what was happening in the background. So, Servant says Mario and Luigi is similar but more quirky writing. So
this already has quirky writing.
Well, apparently it's more quirky.
Oh, I guess Mario and Luigi on GBA is on NSO. So if you want to play it.
Oh, there you go.
But Bowser's Inside Story was a DS game, right?
I believe. I don't actually. I want to say it was possibly a. I want to say it was possibly a remake when it hit DS, but I could be mistaken, just off the top of my head without checking. But
Nintendo creators here, we know our Nintendo games.
When it comes to some of these like RPGs and stuff, I did not really play them. So Paper Mario is turn based, and for this from Cryptic, and Mario and Luigi is.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I think Mario and Luigi is turn based.
I mean, I have no idea because I've never touched any of them. I know Inside Story definitely has piqued my interest, and I would love to. I'd love to check it out. So Crimpus says Superstar Saga was GBA, and the rest was DS, I think. So
yeah, Superstar Saga is the one that's on GBA. I'm looking at it right now.
And then Crimpus said it is turn based. So there you go. But maybe it's a little more
of 3DS,
action.
I saw a random, I think, tweet from Wario 64 that there was a sale on Minecraft for 3DS on Amazon like 2 days ago.
No
I'm like,
way.
who's buying that? Because you can't play it online now. It's like-
Right.
But I digress.
So Joey says with Mario and Luigi, you have to be active. So it's not like in Paper Mario you don't have to be, but you're gonna do better as you stay engaged with the game. So other games I've been playing, Mario Kart, of course. You know, Kart Club is going strong. Tuesdays and Thursdays,
There's merch.
we're starting.
Merch.
Yes. Yep. If you are a Kart Club founder, I'm going to be putting out a spreadsheet tomorrow. You're going to be able to put your name on the back of your Kart Club founder shirt. If you want to just pick up a shirt or a mug or anything like that, they are available in the n64josh.com/store. And we've started branching into more competitive Mario Kart. Like we did teams for our Sunday tournament. This week is our retro tournament. So it's just pipe frames, standard wheels, any character, any glider. And that's at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and 6 p.m. in the UK, I think is and I start the stream an hour before that to see if just to get more people involved and help people get their roles in Discord and everything. So that's been just a ton of fun, and doing the 2v2v2 battles and stuff and introducing people to competitive Mario Kart has been, it's like I forgot to do it today, and chat was like, yo, why aren't we doing this? Like, because it's a totally different way to play the game, and it's a lot of fun, and everybody's jumping into their voice chat and just playing as a team, and it changes it up. It changes it up a lot. And so if you want to get more mileage out of Mario Kart, and that wasn't meant to be a pun.
That was pretty good.
It was not intended to be a pun. Please jump in with us. It's a lot of fun. And this week's Pipe Trials track is DK Mountain, I believe. So if you want to check out, well, the other thing that's been cool is after the tournaments on Sunday, we're recording as a group the episodes of The Dirt. So if you want to hear from the community, go and check out The Dirt wherever you listen to podcasts, and you get to hear from everybody. Some people jumping on the it's DK Summit. There we go. And some people are doing podcasts for the very first time, and so it's a lot of fun seeing people get on stage and even be nervous. And sometimes people accidentally jump on stage because I don't have it set up quite right, so they'll just be random people. It's like Who's Kyle all over again, So so it's a lot of fun. And Cryptic said the recordings are really fun to listen to. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. We do have something in the works. If you are a Mario Kart streamer, I am going to attempt a tournament with just creators, where I will be shoutcasting. I can do 10 different people, and I'll be able to bounce between screens.
Is that the max in Restream?
It's the max for Restream here, but then I am working with another creator who found a way to do 12. So we're looking into some other avenues as well. But looking forward to trying that and really taking the tournaments to another level. So not quite sure exactly how it's all going to pan out, but we're having a lot of fun with
see what kind of slideshow we can put on for people, right?
Yeah, that could be. So now I see chat saying, Servant says, I just want Samus in Mario Kart. Jake says, I just want Spike, So so speaking of Samus and Spikes, we've been playing Smash periodically. And so that's been a ton of fun, getting back into more Smash. And what did we end up playing last week? That was, did we go?
We played Smash. We played Smash, but the servers went in.
And then the servers had maintenance, and they shut
down.
That's right. Yeah, we did 30 minutes of Smash, and then we ended up hitting maintenance.
We blamed Johnny, and then servers reset.
That's right. Yeah.
Listen to the Communication Air podcast.
That's right. Johnny kept getting communication errors during the stream. It was beautiful. So, but yeah, we've been having a lot of fun jumping into games with the community after we've been doing these after we've been doing the main show on Thursdays. So if you're up for if you just want to stay up late with us, come hang out and get some different games in. It's been a lot of fun. So other than that, I was traveling on Tuesday, and the kids on the plane across from me were playing their Switch, and I was like, "Yo, you guys got Mario Kart?" And they were like, "No." I said, "You guys got Smash?" They were like, "Yes." And they immediately handed the Switch to the older brother, who then pulled out a controller, like a full-on corded controller, and I was like, "Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting." And then I proceeded to just destroy him. So it and it was also pretty laggy.
Up and just go.
Just being across the aisle, it was like, this is a slideshow right now. This is crazy. So, but so that was kind of fun. The guy next to me was like, wait, you guys can just play? I'm like, yeah, you just play wirelessly, you know? So it was also really strange playing Smash handheld when you're so used to a GameCube controller. But you know, we had
So
a
did you
good
just
time.
pull out the Mario right away, and that was it?
Yeah. And then Mithra Pyra, but then we were having the same issue. Like the match would start, and then it would, like, communication error kind of thing would happen. So, you know, we left it at that. But I mean, it reminded me of I don't know if you guys remember doing this back in the day, but like on the 3DS or even the DS, you could open a room and do download play, and you could race Mario Kart with a bunch of people on the. Yeah, you could game share and just race with a bunch of people on the plane. So chat saying I was hacking on the plane, right? Get these hacks off the plane. So just a lot of fun spending some time with the Switch, getting some game time in. It's been nice. It's been an interesting week for Nintendo. After saying like, no, we're not going to acquire anybody and we're going to focus on, you know, internal studios, then boom, an acquisition happens. And I think this acquisition points to some very interesting things, but I want to hear from you guys before I jump into it. So, Shiver Entertainment, I believe, is the name of the company that Nintendo has acquired from Embracer, and I want to get into the. I want to grab an article here just to make sure I get all of the information correct. But it, I don't. I think it overall is a very good thing. But when you heard this news, Crawler, anything jump out at you, or anything a little surprised by this news dropping?
Well, I'm sure Johnny will be happy to know that they worked
Mortal
on
Kombat 1.
titles for Switch such as Mortal Kombat 1 and Hogwarts Legacy. I don't know how Hogwarts runs on Switch, but Johnny knows firsthand how Mortal Kombat runs. I didn't play Mortal Kombat 1, but I played Mortal Kombat, what was it, 11? Was that the
11?
last?
Yeah, 11
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
And that was not that great. But I mean, the fact that they are able to take something that was that like massive and find a way to make it work is good. I think they might just become Nintendo's resource for reaching out to external studios that are trying to do stuff and get a game onto whatever whatever the new device is for the Switch family. And if it's a little bit more powerful, hopefully it's not as taxing or as difficult to get stuff moved over. But just kind of being able to know kind of inside baseball type stuff when it comes to how the console runs and ways to optimize it, especially if they get to maybe take their experience from being a port house and talk to Monolith Soft or whoever who made Origami King, or like some of those titles that just have kind of decent amount of visual kind of fidelity on it, and find a way to kind of take some of the Nintendo magic and share the wealth, I guess, with other companies, because ports to Switch don't always come across very well, as Johnny can tell you about his experience with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I mean that's what I thought when I saw that they are acquiring Shiver. Like, oh man, Mortal Kombat 1 was terrible. And I don't know about Hogwarts Legacy, but I know Mortal Kombat, it was awful. I don't know if it's fixed. It does give me hope that they're committed to trying to bring third parties to the next system. So maybe we will get things like Elden Ring, or some of the bigger games that are coming, that are on these other platforms, that with a more powerful system they could do something with. I'm actually surprised that they went for this port house as opposed to, what was that other one that did the Doom game? It was like, I forget what it was called.
Yeah, the name of that company is on the tip of my tongue. Let me see if I can find it here.
So I feel like they were doing Nintendo Switch ports all the time when it first came out.
They were, yeah.
Panic
Yeah,
Button. Yeah, it's Panic Button, Crippus.
Yeah, there we go.
But I'm assuming they picked up Shiver because Embracer Group is just cleaning house right now. So they probably got it for fairly cheap.
They just bought all the shares. Like, I think that's how they just have 100% ownership of the shares now.
So taking a look at oh, go ahead.
Somebody mentioned Blue Point in the chat. I don't know who said that. Cryptic said Blue Point. So Blue Point does ports for PlayStation, and that's all they do. But I'm pretty sure they've only had one port so far. So I'm hoping that we don't just get like one port and then they're done for the life cycle.
My gut feeling with all of this is, you got to remember, like, Mortal Kombat, Hogwarts, those were modern games, right? Like, obviously still running on PS4 and Xbox One, but the fact that they can make these things run on this 7-year-old system was already
That's
probably
really 9. That's really 9 years old.
Yeah, that's really like 9 or 10 years old already. Is saying something, right? And so I think this is going to be, I feel like it's a clear indicator that Nintendo is going to step up the third party game, and that it's not going to be as much of a joke as it kind of was on the Switch. I mean, I played all the way through Doom on the Switch, and I mean, I started Wolfenstein on the Switch on stream, huge mistake, and and
there were some choice words that come in that first 5 minutes.
Yeah, just choice everything. Like, whoa. So
there's a part in, I forget what, I think it's Wolfenstein 2, and I'm like, yep, not playing this anymore. Like, it's like a flashback sequence.
Yeah, at the very beginning. Like,
yeah. I'm
absolutely brutal. So, but no, I think Nintendo knows that they are going to be, they're going to need the games, right out of the gate. And I think having a company like Shiver is going to give them more options, and give them the ability to, and maybe, you guys are going to be mad at me. I'm going to go ahead and read this, and then I'm going to dig into that thought. But it says Nintendo will acquire U.S. game developer Shiver Entertainment from Embracer. Shiver is best known for its port work, and most recently handled the Switch ports of Warner Brothers, Hogwarts Legacy, and Mortal Kombat 1. Nintendo says it has acquired the firm to secure high-level resources for porting and developing software titles. It adds that the post-acquisition Shiver will continue to port and develop software for multiple platforms, including Nintendo Switch. What if this is less about third parties and more about Switch 2 games running on Switch 1 for a while?
Ugh. Well, I guess if well, yeah, I mean that's how companies usually don't use two different developers for their internal systems, right? For Mortal Kombat 1, it was developed by what's
NetherRealm.
NetherRealm, but then the Switch port was just Shiver. So if the like main developer of the Mario game would focus on the the Switch 2 version, and then Shiver does the Switch 1 version, I think that would be better than them trying to like use the same development team to develop both versions.
Rithik says, "Why do you put those thoughts in our heads, Josh?" I'm I'm sorry. I just have a feeling we're gonna hear, like I've said, family of Switch systems. But let's be real here. As early adopters to Switch 2, aren't we gonna be very, very excited about the fact that we can play the best version of these games on the newest tech versus versus having the games dumbed down so that they can run on both systems if it goes that route?
Yeah, I mean, I think Johnny had all three as well. I was an early adopter on PlayStation and Xbox this last cycle when they were super hard to get, and there's only a small handful of they just load faster. I mean, because God of War you could play on PS4. There's some stuff on my PS5 that I load up in the PS4 file of, because I can save it to an external hard drive and I don't have to clear space on my SSD. This whole generation moving forward has been like handcuffed by lack of being COVID definitely just slowed stuff down, with development having to shift to work from home for a lot of these devs. But the PlayStation is supposed to do 8K. We don't have, like, there's TVs out there that do that, but very few, and they're super expensive. We've reached a fidelity point on a lot of stuff that is almost photorealistic. I mean, I mean, there's stuff that's very similar to what it could look like if it was shot with a live action camera. And so it kind of comes down to art direction and how you want your game to look with what it's going to do. But I guess what I'm trying to get around to is, like, there hasn't, since the jump from 360 to Xbox One to Xbox Series now, from going all the way back to PlayStation 3 life cycle, like, stuff has innovated a little bit, like full HD stuff, but the progress has come with load time and frame rate and like higher fidelity. So getting the nicest version of it, I guess, would be nice as an early adopter with the Switch 2 or whatever it's going to be. But nothing in the last 5-6 years has really pushed the envelope with anything. And the Switch has kind of just been making its way through. It definitely suffers in comparison to everything else, but it'll be nice to have something a little bit more on par, I guess. But I really hope it's taking stuff that is develop for Switch 2, and if that's what Shiver's going to do, they find a way just to dumb it down, and we don't suffer for it. Just, I would rather them develop for Switch 2 and dumb it down than develop for Switch 1 and try to make it better, I guess.
So I think what a lot of companies are having issues with now are the development costs of these like big AAA games. So if Nintendo finds a way, yeah, I don't think they're ever going to do like 4K 60 story driven third person behind the shoulder games. I think they're all going to be like a Paper Mario or like a Mario Odyssey. Like, I don't think their goal is to have the best looking games ever, even though their games look very well because of the art style. But if we could get games that are stable 60 1080p, like, I'm good with that. I'm good with
less stutter when you load into a Princess Peach Showtime map
Yeah.
or whatever.
I mean, this isn't 30 FPS, and look how terrible it is. Oh my god, it's horrible. It's barely playable.
Servant says we're not getting a God of War remake style games for Luigi's Mansion, Johnny.
Oh, that would be awesome. Actually, I would love a dark, gritty remake of something of a Nintendo property. Well, there was that SNL skit of the post-apocalyptic Mario Kart.
Yep.
Like, give me something like that.
Servant made a good point about Sony here. It says 100. That's a whole lot of zeros. Yeah. And only 59 million are PS5 accounts. This gen has been awful to force new gen upgrades. Nintendo could change the trend. Yeah. There has their approach is going to be probably, I'm assuming, different than anything we've ever seen. Like their approach for the Switch
GameCube expansion pack for NSO Online for Switch 2.
No, they're going to be selling us GameCube games piecemeal like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do going forward. My hope is that NSO is NSO is actually like the library that we've always wanted. Like give us every Zelda game, give us every Mario Kart, every F-Zero, bring them all. But who knows if we'll actually see that. The servant says I'll pay $59.99 per GameCube remake. Yeah, that's what they'll well, maybe $69.99, going forward. You never
how much was Metroid Prime? That was 40, right?
It was 40. This was 60.
Was 60. Yep.
Luigi's Mansion 2 was 60.
And that's not even a GameCube remake. That's a DS remake. That's a $40 game that's getting an upcharge.
Yeah. I'm glad to see this kind of stuff happening. Again, it's like I said, though, I hope we're seeing the same thing, that the Switch 2 is getting much better hardware, and Shiver can make it run on the because you've got to imagine that the jump from Switch 2 to Switch 1 can and will be significant, but when you think about Nintendo games, you think about Mario Kart. Like, it looks gorgeous on the Switch. It looked gorgeous on the Wii U. They can obviously take that to another level with more powerful hardware, but dumbing it down is not like dumbing down Doom, right? It's not like dumbing down Mortal Kombat, where it's like everything's wicked high fidelity, and so
Plus,
I,
like
I I think it's a
if
good
the
thing.
rumors are true and the Switch 2 is as powerful as the PS4, um, Mortal Kombat 1 is a PS5 game, so that's like a next gen game. So you would
Hmm.
think the Switch 2 will be less powerful than PS5, so the ports should be better.
Yeah, I mean, well,
That's yeah, that's kind of what I'm
like you were
saying.
saying, like Elden Ring is a PlayStation game, like PlayStation 4 game. Like if it's got that power and it's got the rumor is it's got more memory baked into it, like then hopefully if it's those systems like um, CPU and capacity with that, and it has better RAM to kind of preload some stuff, then it could be a better experience.
But do ports really sell the system? Like they're a nice like supplement, but they're not the reason why people are buying a system.
The reason people are buying a system is to play a free game most of the time anymore. Like how many Xbox and PlayStation users have their system just to play Fortnite or Rocket League or is Fall Guys free now? I don't even
Fall
remember.
Guys is free, yeah.
So I
My
mean,
brother's talking about buying a PS5 just so he can play Helldivers.
that's a
Well, that's not
$40
free.
game. Yeah, but still, like it, it's we're so close to. I mean, Xbox has kind of given up on trying to sell systems to be what they are. They're looking to sell subscriptions. So and if PlayStation isn't moving units like they want to, that was an analyst number that 118 million. That was just based on data they were able to find publicly from PlayStation with their active users that are on, and that's not even people that are paying for PSN. That's just you have a PlayStation account and you are um, on a system. So 118 million PSN accounts, not all paying the I don't even remember. I can't even tell you what my
$80.
base I can't even tell you what my basic plan is even called because PlayStation found a way to channel their inner Xbox and come up with a bad naming system for their premium tiers. But um and yeah, I'm not even sure I want to re-up my PlayStation next year because they went from 60 a year to what is it going to,
It's
Johnny?
80. It's
80 for
80.
their base model. Um, and we're quickly getting to the point where all these other third parties have all their subscriptions too, and it's like these machines are simplified PCs that just have a simple OS that just work. But even with that, the most up to date and powerful system that they have is not always running the thing out of the box the way it should, with struggling frame rate and fidelity not being at what was advertised of 4K or whatever it's supposed to be. So the sooner we get to just I don't want it to be a PC centric thing, but just like if we can find just I don't know, just a the Ready Player One future where it's just on one system and it's everything is just there. Um,
You just want all these companies to become apps.
yeah, kind of. I mean, they're already selling us a service, and the controller hasn't really changed in 15 years, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, as soon as they can all play along nicely and they can just all be there, Gen Alpha is not caring about console wars like we have.
Yeah, we're slowly moving that direction. I mean, we already know that's the Xbox's goal, is to just be an app on smart TVs. And with some smart TVs, you can already just hook up your controller and play. You don't even need, and a lot of it runs on cloud. So there's going to be
Apple would
things
probably
like that.
benefit from that because Apple's already doing that. Like, and
Right.
if Apple can find a way to get onto consoles or whatever version that is, they might sell a lot more of their Apple. I don't even know what it's called. What is the Apple
Apple
game?
Arcade.
Because a lot of those kind of indie games kind of come out sometimes on Apple Arcade first. But
Well, and I mean,
a
Netflix
place where
games
everything exists
is there for, like, I haven't messed with it, but isn't it an app? Maybe somebody in the chat knows, but isn't Netflix isn't Netflix games just an app? I mean, I know some of their games have come out like their publishers, but
it's mainly on. I think, is it on smart TVs with a controller? I don't even know, because I know you can load some stuff up. I've been on my phone app, and there's some stuff that you can load up through your phone, but I don't know, because like the Stranger Things game I think is there, and some other stuff. But like, even on your phone, you can connect a Bluetooth. You can hook up an Xbox or Switch controller and just go. Like it works.
there's some good points from the chat here. Like, Servant said, top tier tech with mid tier software doesn't move units. Switch proved that the name of the game is the game still. And I mean, there's more frustration from every Sony fan and every Xbox fan than there is praise over this last entire generation. As an
And even
Xbox
Sony,
fan, I've played Halo and Fortnite on that machine, and that's
and even
pretty
Sony's
much
like
it.
biggest success is not financially viable for them with Spider-Man 2. The game cost 300 million and they sold 8 million, is it 8 or 10 million copies or something like that, and they said they weren't like breaking even.
It took them a while to just get to where they were breaking even. Like, and now
Yeah.
I believe, and now they finally are. So, Cryptic asked the same question that I've been thinking and kind of hope that happens eventually. Is there any world, any world where Nintendo puts any of their games on PC? Sony held off for a while, but they eventually caved. They got to keep the shareholders happy, right? Nintendo's in a beautiful place right now. They don't have to do any of this stuff, but history has shown that they rarely have a successful second console or as successful.
And anything going up against what is soon to be the best-selling console of all time, because they're knocking on the door to dethrone PS2, and especially if they wait through another holiday season, especially without announcing anything more so than what they have, other than the fact that it'll be out next year sometime, right? Like, is that all it said?
Announced this fiscal year.
Announced before end of fiscal year. So they haven't shown anything, so they still have one more kind of holiday season that they can maybe squeeze the last little bit of this out. The fact that they're going to transition from 130 plus million units to however many they can maybe produce right away on they might come out of the gate with Wii U numbers, 13 to maybe 20 million units right away. I don't even know if that's feasible with what they would have. Your market share shrinks incredibly. So where it's good for shareholders is always kind of something we frown upon, where it's available on both, because Square Enix is seen the kind of bad side of being exclusive on like one console, and I think they kind of hinted at the fact that they probably want to be on Xbox with next Square titles and not take whatever payout PlayStation and them kind of have agreed upon, because the hit in sales that you can take is not worth the cost that you're dealing with to just be exclusive. So the more people that can get their hands on a game, which is why PlayStation is doing what they do. Ghost of Tsushima didn't that just come out on Steam?
Yeah, it just launched.
And Helldivers was the one that was day and date on console and Steam.
And I think Helldivers actually sold more on PC than it did on PlayStation.
Until they shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, until they did something stupid. But it's still sold. Like I think we're going that way. I don't know why the companies were like, oh no, we don't want to put it on our competitors' platforms, but we'll put it on PC because PC, it's like this neutral ground.
And they can just get software sales. They don't have to worry about it. It essentially gives them an audience, and I would assume a massive audience. Like,
isn't PC the largest user base?
I mean, yes, I think so. When you look at concurrent users, like it dwarfs
now
sales of a console.
As of February 2024, there are an estimated 1.86 billion PC gamers worldwide. This is about
shareholders would get a hold of that number and be like, why aren't we selling to this group?
Yeah.
Now, if the Switch is, significantly less powerful than a pretty decent computer, like, will they cater to the Switch, to the Nintendo players, or would they cater to the PC players and try to give them a better version?
Well, I think as kind of Capcom has proven that the new Apple chip is pretty powerful. They were able to put out, which one was it? Was it RE4?
The RE4. Yeah.
Playable on, I think, the newest iPad and the newest iPhone, I think, with the current M4 or whatever chip it is that Apple has, as it kind of becomes RE8.
Well, I think they're both on it.
As it just becomes more available, like it's more likely that a kid in a household would have maybe access to an iPad, or as opposed to a full-blown gaming computer or something like that. If the Apple Vision Pro becomes a little more accessible, or the Meta Quest 3 is getting ready to come out here in a little bit, right? And or 2.
No, it's already out.
Okay. Well, 2 and 3, like if because those can be tethered to a PC, but also can run some stuff independently, right?
Yeah, MetaQuest. The MetaQuest can run on their own. They have like their specific games, but virtual reality is always going to be niche. Like,
well, so it doesn't need to be VR. Like it's something that is on your face. I would rather play stuff not immersed in VR, and just play it on a giant like movie theater in my face, like, and just do it that way. Like, as these devices just make it available, like, because on an iPad you can just sit down and play Game Pass, right? Because it's there on your phone through the app. You're playing through the cloud, so it's not quite the great experience, but we're getting closer with that.
I think that's the future with Nintendo. I think because, like Cryptic's saying here, I think Nintendo worries about mods and the endless content they would lose money on, or, people cheating, people. If it's stuck behind a cloud.
Sorry.
Maybe they are?
No, I said maybe if they put their stuff on PC, people will finally shut up about pirating their games.
Because did you guys see the Mando Starfield
Yeah, the
mod?
Starfield.
I wonder how many more copies of that game sold because of that mod. Like that looks really cool.
You're talking about the Star Wars mod on Helldivers?
Starfield. No. So there's
Oh,
that. There's that as well. Somebody put a full like Mando. I don't know how accessible that mod is,
I
but
see.
Mando's just walking in, blasting Imperial officers in a room. It
In
looks
Starfield.
pretty
Huh.
incredible.
Interesting. Yeah, and Nintendo's very, very cautious, right? But I don't know that they have another. I don't know how many more console life cycles they have before they have to make that jump to get more
How many times have we
players.
said this though? How many times has anybody said this about Nintendo? Like that was said back in the GameCube era, right? Stop making consoles, and then they made Wii, and then they made Wii U, and it's like stop making consoles, and then they made Switch. So like, just do software, but then they come out with something, and they know how to develop for their thing that they make. I don't know.
I don't see it going away. I'm just saying I can see it becoming a like. I could see it also just. I mean, did we ever expect Sony games on PC? Like Microsoft
Or
was like, "Look,
Xbox
we're not
games on
selling
PlayStation?
consoles." Yeah, yeah. Looking at chat here, Purpose says Nintendo is a Japanese company that likes control of their IP. It's worked for them so far. Will most likely continue with that approach while it works. If they control the hardware, they control the content. Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. But what I think has happened, as as we get older and these like the generations under us during the Wii U era when they weren't getting like kids weren't opening Wii U's at Christmas, right?
Mhm.
It wasn't exciting to get the Wii U at Christmas. And I think there's going to be a big disconnect with Nintendo fans that they've bridged that gap by doing the Mario movie and getting like even younger kids into into Mario again. And I mean, don't get like it's obviously we're just generalizing, right? But my assumption is like, and the reason I've come to this conclusion, not many people tell me their first Mario Kart game is Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. The majority of the people that are watching in like the TikTok streams are saying their
Mario
first
Kart
Mario
Wii.
Kart was Wii. Some of them believe that is the first Mario Kart.
I
They
mean,
don't even know that there's some before it.
if Mario Kart 8 was their first Mario Kart, they would have been like 10 when it came out.
And they'd be
Well,
20 now.
it was like 10
right?
years. 10 years. I guess. Yeah. I don't know math.
I hope
People
you
have
know
a
math.
weird nostalgia for Wii. I don't know why people like Mario Kart Wii the most. It's the worst Mario Kart.
It is. It's not good.
Yeah, Joey is saying my kid 5 loves Mario more than SpongeBob thanks to the Mario movie. Like the Mario movie touched it touched the younger generation in a way that like there is a newfound love for Mario and that brand. But there's this window that like I think there's gonna be some times that Nintendo's going to have to modify their plans. I mean, that's business, right? I just got done watching Console Wars again. And like, the way they went after like the stuff they did to strong arm retailers to keep Sega and stuff out of like, but eventually Sega took the market share, so they're not immune. it's all about adapting and continuing to grow as a company. And 1.86 billion PC players has got to be pretty to the shareholders, got to be pretty enticing, so. And even Servant's saying the console wars were won by strong software and stronger litigation. Yep. That is true. Krimpus says Mario Kart Wii is pretty much the same as Mario Kart 8 anyway.
Okay.
I mean, they're all the same game. They're all just Mario Kart. Why does Nintendo just keep shoving Mario Kart down our throat?
They do. They talk about it's at the top of the chart every time in financials.
They never stop talking about Mario.
Oh, did you buy bongos, Johnny? Did you buy?
I did not. No, I haven't done that yet.
You need to buy bongos.
Well, I need to figure out my game audio first.
Well, all right, guys. We started late tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here with us live and hanging out. We got one more comment from chat here. It says from Krimpus, Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, Splatoon, Smash are all the same game, just in a different font. That's I'm adding to the the rest of the sentence there. So Cryptic says people like Mario Kart Wii because everything still runs at 480p to this day. Look at Pokemon. Wow. Here we go. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in live. If you're listening after the fact, we greatly appreciate you guys sticking with us during these slow times. During these slow times in the land of Nintendo. You guys are all the best. We appreciate you so very much. And come hang out. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I do have a TikTok spotlight, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And it gets crazy on TikTok for those things. So we'd love to see you come hang out, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.